did Marvel and Disney put out a Thunderbolts poster, which clearly indicates that AI was used to create the poster. In this video, guys, we're going to be checking out this new Thunderbolts poster, where it looks like one of the actors or characters, whichever way you want to call it, has an extra finger or digit on their hand, which looks like AI may have been used to generate the poster. It's a very interesting topic of discussion, guys. The whole AI thing when it comes to Hollywood and the gaming industry and animation across the board is a massive contentious issue, not just amongst fans, but amongst actors and voice actors alike, and gaming developers as well, of course. But let's jump into this article, let's break it down, let's check out the poster, because it looks very, very suspicious. If it's not AI, then it's obviously some other kind of mistake, but I couldn't see what kind of mistake it would be. I suspect it's probably AI. So let's jump in and take a look. So, Thunderbolts poster detail leads to speculation that Marvel used AI to create the image. So let's go down and have a quick read. So the first trailer and poster for Thunderbolts was released online yesterday. By the way, just as a little feedback, I saw the trailer to Thunderbolts. I thought it looked quite fun. It looks more grounded. There's no kind of multiversal elements. Straight up action. Great to see Bucky back. I'm looking forward to seeing US Agent. He's one of my favorites. And I think the trailer was pretty solid, but I'm still kind of on the fence about it. And while both seem to have fairly well received overall, one small detail has led to speculation that Marvel Studios' marketing team utilized AI to create the poster artwork. So here we go, guys. This is probably all over social media by now. You've probably seen it on Twitter if you've been hanging around on Twitter. So the one sheet uses a familiar concept. We've seen it on posters for Inside Out 2, The Hobbit, Sons of Anarchy, and more, of packing the main characters close together as they struggle to fight amongst themselves. But if you look at the left corner, where Sentry, also known as Bob, Lewis Pullman, is wincing due to Bucky, played by Sebastian Stan. His gun is pushed into his face, and you'll notice that he appears to have 5 fingers and a thumb. So he's got 5 fingers and a thumb, so he's got 6 fingers on his hand, which looks very, very reminiscent of what you see when you see like AI imagery, and there's that mistake where an extra digit is kind of duplicated onto the hand. That's a massive thing that goes on with AI, if you've looked into AI imagery at all, guys. So some have speculated that the character might be supposed to have 6 digits on his right hand, but there's one shot of Bob holding his arms up in the trailer where others point their guns at him. We will look at that part of the trailer just to clarify that he does only have 4 fingers and a thumb, so he has 5 digits on each hand, and this does not appear to be the case. So this doesn't necessarily mean that AI was used on the poster. It could simply be another type of error, but it seems most likely the possibility. The use of AI is becoming more and more widespread. Absolutely, it's everywhere now. Every single electronic device is now a smart device. Like, even the most ridiculous things, like you can buy a fridge, it's a smart fridge. It's like completely unnecessary. Everything is smart now with AI in it, even though it doesn't need to be there. Everything is AI generated, like images, even videos becoming more prominent now, which is scary, especially when you start thinking about political deepfakes and stuff like that. Obviously, in the near future, they did release the fact that they generated an entire game of Doom, the first original Doom, and it was completely made using AI generative algorithms. Just a copy of Doom. So in the future, they'll be able to generate entire games from AI generation, which is kind of scary. So all the game devs, all the artists, everything will be out of a job. So it's a scary future that we're looking forward to here, guys. Despite the continued outrage that it caused among a lot of fans and those within the industry, many feel the advent of AI as a tool is an inevitability that people are just going to have to accept. This is the thing, isn't it? It's like when you walk into a shop, now instead of having counters where you can, for instance, in a shopping centre, where you go and do your shopping, sometimes it's nice. You're putting your shopping through on the conveyor belt. You want to speak to the checkout clerk. You're having a nice conversation. There's that human interaction. But now all the checkout counters are gone and it's all self-service AI, bullshit. And you have to scan your own items. And there's just something not personal, not human about it. I know that's a completely different example from what we're talking about here. But it's just the fact that AI is kind of creeping into every aspect of our lives. And to be honest, I prefer the personal approach to things, Many feel that the advent of AI is a tool that's inevitable and people are going to have to accept. We just read that. But we don't see the majority coming around to the idea anytime soon. It's a massive hurdle. The thing is, AI and technology is moving so damn quick that legislation around AI in Hollywood, let's specifically bring it back to Hollywood, AI, the technology is increasing so fast, exponentially every year. It's getting better and better and better. And, you know, the legislation around AI and what Hollywood can do with it, what studios can do with it, just can't keep up with the advancement of the technology. So that's why there were these strikes, you know, a few years back about AI and all this kind of stuff, because the legislation can't keep up with the actual development of the technology itself. So anyway, let's get back on topic here. So have another look at the poster and trailer below and let us know what you think. So let's jump into this poster, let's do some investigation, and let's see if this AI claim kind of stacks up here. So this is the point of contention here on the poster. So you can see here, Bob, aka the Sentry, off to the left. Unfortunately, it is cropped out the edge of the poster, unfortunately. But let's take a look. So we've got the thumb, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and what looks like a fifth finger here. So it does look like he has 6 fingers on his hand. But I can see it from a certain angle as well. If you've got his pinky here, his pinky is kind of bent over. Then he's got another finger, and another finger. So we see 4 edges of fingers there, and then a thumb. So it looks like it's one of those kind of optical illusions almost, where it does kind of look like he's got 6 digits on his hand. If you sort of look down at the bottom here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it would be 5 there, and then plus the thumb, that would be 6. But like I say, if we look at the actual fingers themselves, you got the pinky there, then you've got the 2 middle fingers, you've got the index finger, and then we've got the thumb. So that looks like 5 digits as well. So I can kind of see it from both sides. I can see why someone would look at that and get confused and say that it's possibly AI with having 6 digits. But then someone can also look at it and say, no, it's just a kind of one of those optical illusions where the pinky here is kind of covering the other finger, and it's making it look like there's 6 digits here, but there's not. So I can see it from both points of view. Whether it is AI or whether it's one of those optical illusions, it's not for me to say. I don't really know here. I would say that it's more than likely just a normal hand with 4 fingers and a thumb, but it's one of those, like I keep saying, an optical illusion that's making it look like there's potentially 6 fingers here. And with AI, we know that Disney uses AI. They've used it in their opening credits of the Secret Invasion Disney Plus show. So we know that Disney uses AI. And obviously there's this kind of massive divide amongst the fan base when it comes to using AI, AI generated content for Hollywood. So I could understand why someone would look at this and kind of jump on the bandwagon and think that it's AI. I kind of get that. But in my personal opinion, it's probably just a normal hand with 4 fingers and a thumb. But it has that optical almost illusion where it would give someone the idea that it could be generated using AI, which, like I say, it could be the case. It could be the case that that is what happened. But to me, I can understand why it just looks like a normal hand to some people as well. So obviously, if we go down here, I've kind of paused it on this image here of Bob, aka the Sentry, and as you can see, he's holding up his hands when the Thunderbolts are aiming their guns at him, and you can clearly see his hands are normal. He's not got 6 digits on one hand. He's got 4 fingers and a thumb on both hands, so we can clearly tell that it's not part of the movie unless he gains an extra digit in the movie, but I don't understand why that would happen. That's kind of weird. You've never seen that in a film before, and what kind of story purpose would that have anyway? So yeah, so it could be human error in the fact that, you know, that it's an optical illusion. It could be generated using AI with extra digits here. So I can see it from both perspectives. If I had to guess, I would just say it's an optical illusion and it is a normal hand, because this would have to pass quality control over at Marvel before they put this poster out. They would have gone over it with a fine comb brush. That's the word I was trying to say. So they would have gone over this, you know, in detail. There would have been quality control. If it had an extra digit, they would have picked it up surely. Otherwise, that would have been a massive failure of quality control to have an extra digit here when it wasn't meant to be there. So I think it's just an optical illusion. So we're still not sure what the addition to the asterisk to the title signifies, but a recent rumor claimed to shed more light on the mystery. I heard ages ago that the asterisk means that basically the title will change at the end of the film, and that the Thunderbolts are basically going to be becoming the Dark Avengers by the end of the movie. I think that would be super fascinating to have the Dark Avengers running around in the MCU, and I hope that's the case, although it hasn't been confirmed yet. So, Thunderbolts opens in the US in theaters on May 2nd, 2025, which happens to be the same month as my birthday. So, I'm excited to see that for my birthday. I think that would be really, really fun. So, that's kind of where we are, guys. So, there's kind of this dispute at the moment with people looking at this. could be generated using AI. It could just be an optical illusion, making it look like there's an extra digit when there's not. I throw it off to you guys. What do you think about this image? If you had to fall on one side of the argument, do you think it was generated using AI? Like I said, we know that Disney used generated content. They did for the opening scenes of Secret Invasion, so we know that they do use generative AI. Or do you think it's just a human mistake and the fact that there are just normal 4 fingers and a thumb? Whichever side, guys, I'll be interested to hear what you have to say down in the comments section. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Can't wait to hear what you have to say on this. As always, AI is such a divisive topic, and there's so many opinions out there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like and subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in the next one.